This is Business Now, reaching you live from iBrandTV News Studio in Lagos, Nigeria. Coming up, federal government pays 405.93 billion naira interest on central bank loans. Bank borrowing from Central Bank of Nigeria rises 27% to 4.5 trillion naira. Naira gained momentum, appreciates to 660 naira per dollar in parallel market. Kerosene price surges over 800 naira per litre as Nigerians groan. Many thanks for joining us, and here are business stories making the headlines at this hour. I am Perpetua Fasamifita. Now the news in detail. The federal government paid an interest of 405.93 billion naira from January 2022 to April 2022 on the loans it got from the Central Bank of Nigeria through the Ways and Means advances. This is according to data obtained from the government's medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper 2023 to 2025. The CBN said on its website that the federal government's borrowing from it through the Ways and Means advances could have adverse effects on the bank's monetary policy to the detriment of domestic prices and exchange rates. The World Bank in November last year warned the Nigerian government against financing deficits by borrowing from the CBN through the Ways and Means advances, saying this often put fiscal pressures on the country's expenditures. According to the bank, the CBN financing and the fuel subsidy tended to adversely affect investments in human and physical capital. It said that the government had always under-budgeted for debt service as the government failed to consider the cost of ways and means of financing in its debt service allocation. Amid a rising liquidity crunch, banks operating in Nigeria borrowed a whopping sum of 4.5 trillion naira from the Central Bank of Nigeria in July, an increase of 27% month-on-month from 3.6 trillion naira borrowed in June 2022. While the CBN lends money to banks through the Standing Lending Facility SLF at an interest rate of 100 basis points above the monetary policy rate currently at 14%, it also lends money to banks through repurchase arrangement repo. In the month under review, the CBN financial data shows that banks borrowing through the SLF dropped by 24.37% month-on-month to 1.46 trillion naira in July, from 1.93 trillion naira in June, while borrowing through repo arrangement rose sharply in July by 86.1% to 3.07 trillion in June 2022. According to experts, further findings show that banks during the first 7 months of 2022 borrowed 13.36 trillion naira, representing a decline of 24% from 17.9 trillion naira borrowed in the prior 7 months of 2021. The Naira yesterday continued its recovery on the parallel market, appreciating to 660 naira per dollar a few days after security operatives raided Bureau de Change hub in Abuja. The nation's currency had depreciated to about 750 naira to a dollar on the parallel market last week. On the official market side, the Naira appreciated by 0.03% to close at 428 naira 88 kobo to a dollar on Monday, according to data on FMDQ OTC Securities Exchange, a platform that oversees official foreign exchange trading in Nigeria. Last week, operatives of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) raided Wuse Zone 4, Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, over allegations that some Bureau de Change operators are mopping up foreign currencies. President of the Association of Bureau de Change, Aminu Gwadabe, said the market surveillance was done in collaboration with the association. Last week, Osita Wasinobi, spokesperson of the CBN, said Apex Bank would continue to make deliberate efforts in the forex sector to avoid further downward slides in the value of the Naira. He further advised forex buyers not to succumb to speculative activities of some players in the FX market to save the Naira from further decline. And oil companies in Nigeria now have a safe transportation route for their crude oil with the inauguration of the new Amokpe-Escravos pipeline. This follows the vandalism of the 180,000 barrels Trans-Niger pipeline by oil thieves, causing oil majors to abandon the facility. The new crude oil transportation choice will decrease incidents of oil theft, which has affected the revenues of many oil companies in Nigeria and the country's economy. According to reports, the new pipeline can move 160,000 barrels of crude oil per day and the 67-kilometer-long pipeline is mostly underground, which hides it away from the prying eyes of oil thieves and pipeline vandals. Already, some top players in the oil industry have started leveraging the new pipeline, one of which is Seplat Energy. The Nigerian-based major oil company, which is listed on the floor of the Nigerian Exchange and the London Stock Exchange, said it has started commercial transportation of crude oil via the Amupe-Escravos pipeline. The economy had received a further blow recently as an oil pipeline with the capacity to move 180,000 barrels of crude daily across the country was hit by oil thieves, forcing it to halt the transportation of oil since June. And now the federal government of Nigeria has assured Nigerians that despite the persisting fuel queues in the nation's capital, it is still subsidizing petrol prices. This was disclosed by Timmy Silva on Monday in Abuja. Speaking at the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA) stakeholders consultation forum on regulations to review the midstream and downstream petroleum activities in the industry, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Timmy Silva stated that the increase in pump price by marketers from 165 naira per litre to 169 naira, 184 naira and 280 naira per litre in Abuja and other states is not government sanctioned. Reacting to the statement credited to the Minister on iBrandTV's flagship program, Business Breakfast, Dele Tajuddin Lamidi, Zonal Chairman, Ipman, Western Zone, said the government was being economical with the truth.
I also read from the newspaper yesterday the statement by the Honorable Minister of Petroleum saying that the government has not increased the price of petroleum, especially PMS, from 165 naira per litre. With all due respect to him, I think the system is in a state of confusion because, let me cite an instance. NMCC retail, that is NMCC filling stations across the country, they are integral part of NMCC and is being owned by government. As of today, in Lagos State, their official price is 169 liters per litre. If you move to Ogun State, it is about 179 naira per litre, or your State, something like that. And in Abuja, 165 naira per litre. So, how possible is that for them to deny that they have not increased the price of petroleum product from 165? No, I think the federal government is not being sincere. They are not being sincere about this issue because nobody paid to make laws. And like I've cited an example of NMPC retail filling stations. You can do your investigation across the country. As of today in Lagos, they sell at 169 naira per litre in their filling stations. And of course, in Lagos, anywhere, if you move to Mowe, it is 179. When you get to somewhere like Ibadan, Abuja and the rest, it's 185. So, and that is type of this thing we are talking about, because once the product is regulated, the price you get in Lagos is going to be the difference from what you get in Ibadan, what you get in other places, like you can see in this now. So I think government has not really been sincere to come out so far that this is what we are doing. But I think we are a step further to the regulation.
And now the price of kerosene has jumped to 800 naira per litre, just as the market is beginning to adjust to the newly increased petrol and gas prices. Investigations reveal that 1 litre of cooking kerosene sold for 700 naira last week, but now sells for between 800 naira and 850 naira in urban parts of Lagos State, while the price has hit as high as 1,000 naira per litre in suburban areas at filling stations.